And all new at 5:30, a historic piece of church property is defaced. We'll tell you about the cryptic message police found next to a broken statue of Mary.
And I'm live down at Buffalo's waterfront, out at the lighthouse. A gorgeous day today. How much longer will this last? We'll answer that and take a closer look at the weekend forecast, which does unfortunately involve some rain.
Plus, calling for more resources. We'll tell you why there's a decline in volunteer firefighters here in Western New York and how you can help fill the need.
Something like that obviously wasn't an accident. Yeah. It was deliberate vandalism.
Our top story tonight at 5:30, police searching for the person who smashed a historic statue of Mary outside an East Side church. The call came into the Buffalo Police Department just after 11 o'clock last night after the remains of the statue were found at the church parking lot in St. John Canty. News 4's Marissa Perlman has more now on what happened there. Marissa?
Jackie, the maintenance man at St. John Canty found the statue of Mary in rough shape. Her face and hands had been smashed, and laying beside the statue was a cryptic anti-Catholic note.
This building will be destroyed. Stop worshiping Mary, worship God. Catholics are man-made religion.
Father Michael Brzezinski reads the threatening message found in the church parking lot late last night.
I think it's signed Messenger of God.
The almost 5-foot-tall statue was standing on this foundation on the corner of Broadway and Browell at St. John Canty. Father Brzezinski says security footage from the store across the street shows a man dragging the statue to the middle of the parking lot and smashing it with a baseball bat.
We called the police, and they have been in touch with neighbors who saw what happened, who are very good. We're very cooperative with our neighbors.
This Mary statue was dedicated in 2014. The old one stood here for more than 40 years.
This person was obviously very disturbed and was, when you find somebody pulling down a statue and then hitting with a baseball bat, it doesn't seem normal.
It costs about $1,000 to install, but it's not the cost, but the act itself that's disturbing to Father Brzezinski.
It's amazing that prejudice like this can still exist in the 21st century.
Now, for this pastor and this church, there's only one thing left to do.
Replace the statue better than before. The person who thought they were going to put us down are putting us up.
And Father Brzezinski is calling this an opportunity for good. The church will also have extra security and will work with the Buffalo Police Department to keep an eye on things just in case of a repeat attack. Marissa Perlman, News 4 at 5:30.
University of Buffalo police are investigating a disturbing incident tonight. They say a man exposed himself to a female UB student while he was sitting in his car. This happened in the Parker parking lot on UB South campus about 6:30 last evening. The student told police the man appeared to be college age, medium build with a beard. Police say he was sitting in a red Chevrolet sedan with New York plates beginning with GS. If you have any information about this incident, you are asked to call the UB police at 645-2222. Well, you can hear what turned out to be golf ball-sized hail hitting the road and a nearby truck as severe weather slammed parts of the Northeast. This video was taken in Saugerties, New York. At least 3 people, though, are dead, including an 11-year-old girl from New York, after yesterday's powerful storms brought strong winds, rain, and hailstorms to the area. Here at home, though, we are seeing the complete opposite. Sunny and pleasant out there today after the rain we saw yesterday morning. It is a beautiful evening to be outside, perhaps by the water, and that's where we find our chief meteorologist, Todd Santos, tonight. Todd, we saw the crew go by earlier.
Yeah. Oh, crew boats out here practicing. I mean, whole teams out, folks sailing. I mean, it's really a nice night to be out here. We have 10 knot breeze out of the northwest. Temperature's 71 degrees, and that's from the sensor that's, I mean, about 100 yards from me, considered the lighthouse here in Buffalo. But yeah, a great night. I mean, wide open sunshine. We do have a few thin upper level clouds, and some of those kind of thicken up as you head down toward the southern tier. But at least for the short term, you're going to go out for a run, a bike ride, anything you want to do outside tonight, a great night to do so. And even along the edge of the water where it is a little cooler, we still have a lot of the sunshine. Cooler up towards Lewiston as well. 63 is what we're getting right there now, but we still have 80s from the airport down towards West Seneca. Hamburg coming in at 80 as well, 81 in Marilla. I mean, we really had a few areas overachieved by just a couple degrees today. Tomorrow will be a little bit cooler than this, but I'm still thinking we'll see plenty of sunshine and temperatures at least in the mid 70s for most areas. So still more of this to look forward to. I have a lot of lower 70s across, especially the southern tier at the moment. And looking at the wider view, I mean, it certainly gets cooler as you head down towards Bradford, PA, and Countersport. Main reason for those areas to be a whole bunch cooler is that you have cloud cover, quite a bit more of it, and it's been in place through a good stretch of the day. I think even down there tomorrow, you can actually look forward to temperatures upper 60s to lower 70s. So there will be a major improvement for those of you down there, and for the rest of us north of the Pennsylvania line, well, we'll just carry on with a lot more of just about the same. There's a look at 7 p.m. Get into the early morning hours. We'll find a lot of areas getting back into the 50s again. Just cool enough, especially if you get into the lower 50s, to find some patchy fog. I think really, again, it'll be limited to those of you who spend time traveling either along the river or very close to the lakes early in the morning. Beyond that, we'll see temperatures off to the races and mostly again into the mid 60s near Lake Ontario and mid 70s for most other areas tomorrow. This is how close the rain is, and this is why we're talking about the chance for a few showers for Potter and McKean counties as well as more cloud cover. And we'll take a closer look at that piece heading in towards McKean coming up a little bit closer in just a few moments, because that's the one area tonight where you may deal with a few showers. In the short term, we are talking on the order of, really for the most part, hundredths of an inch of rain. Come the weekend, that's where we all start to get into better chances for some showers, and we'll have more on that side of things coming up in just a bit. Live from the lighthouse, send it back to you, Jackie.
As we see the Edward M. Cotter, the fireboat, what a perfect transition for us there. We rely on firefighters to respond to the scene of a house or building up in flames, and in many cases, those responding are volunteers. And there's always a need for more volunteer firefighters across Western New York. News 4's Angela Cristoforo shows us what it takes to join the ranks.
We're always on call 24/7, but we're at a volunteer basis. Usually go when you can.
Carl Blombach is a lieutenant with the Hillcrest Volunteer Fire Company. He tries to respond to at least 2 calls a week.
Sometimes we'll have 6 calls a day. Sometimes we won't have any for a couple of days. So we never really know when it's going to happen.
When responding to a call, firefighters have to act fast. They have to put on all of this gear in less than 2 minutes, and it's heavy. It weighs about 60 to 70 pounds.
You go into a fire, you're going into a burning building, you can't see, you have no clue what's inside.
George Slocum has been a volunteer firefighter for more than 50 years. Recruiting people like him is a challenge for local fire companies.
When you tell somebody they're not going to get paid to do a job, I think that's kind of the toughest part about it. But there are a lot of benefits here for them.
Volunteers get vested into a pension program, and they get hours of training.
And they continually participate in these activities so that they know the functions of it. They get used to what tools to use and how to use them, how to put the gear on, how to take the gear off.
Volunteers not only put out fires, they also provide emergency medical services.
Getting somebody who's in cardiac arrest back and getting pulses back on them, it's one of the greatest feelings in the world.
We want to be out the door in the short term. We want to get to people's houses and where they need our assistance as quickly as we can.
In Orchard Park, Angela Cristoforos, News 4.
Thank you, Angela. Well, straight ahead, a historic retirement. An Amherst police officer prepares to hang up her badge. You'll hear why her goodbye is a first for that department.